Cycling is all the rage nowadays, with the latest sign, Car Free Sunday in late October, seeing thousands hit the roads on two wheels. Apart from Car Free Days, a slew of other measures has been announced to support cycling, with the most recent being a round island cycling route. If you are keen on using your bike to travel to school but are not sure how to do so, you're in luck. There's a group already cycling across the island to show you how it's done.
So part of Discovering Singapore Rides, Han Chok Kwang, he organizes the rides and take it around Singapore. So for today's, his main focus by choosing NTU is to show the students the NTU that actually there's an interesting path that students can actually take to cycle to school.
The Discovering Singapore ride attracts people from all walks of life. Associate Professor Dr. Muhammad Faisal Ibrahim, a parliamentary secretary, is one of them.
I know DSR because Chok Kwang always try his best to invite me, and I would always try my best to join because I enjoy cycling with the people, and the concept is very nice where we come from all the various parts of Singapore. Some come via the public transport, some take the car to the car park, or some by various ways. So it shows that Singapore you have increasingly more and more options for you to travel.
Some students are all for this alternative mode of transport.
Depending on the day activity in school, like for example, if I have meetings that last till pretty late in the night, I'll rather cycle because sometimes there might not be bus and I have to walk back home.
But the ride still hasn't convinced everyone. The weather and terrain are still points of contention among students.
The infrastructure of the entire layout of NTU doesn't really suit students to make them choose to cycle in school itself because of the slopes. And us in Singapore itself, our weather is pretty hot, so once you reach school, we are all drenched. I don't think a student will have the mood to really go for classes.
I think one very good change they can have is to have more slope that is directly beside the steps. So at least if cyclists choose to cycle in school, they will not have to dismount and then carry up the steps. Yeah. Unless it's really, there's a lot of change I won't consider cycling in NTU.
Still, Dr. Faisal is optimistic about the future of cycling in NTU.
If you follow the development of cycling infrastructure in Singapore, Tampines was the first cycling town, followed by some other towns like Pasir Ris, Yishun, Sembawang. But we will not stop there. We are already building up cycling infrastructure in other towns. So it's very exciting, just like students in NTU, especially those who live in Jurong, whereby come a time where we have completed some of the areas that we would like to build, then you will be able to cycle to NTU conveniently, and that will actually facilitate your travel there, because when you cycle, you are in control of your travel time and travel experience.
With the onset of more dedicated cycling paths and connectors, and support from various government organisations, maybe it's time to dust off your bike and hit the road. This is Nicole Lim reporting for Spectrum TV.